Hey, a little sippy bear, dude.
Sippy bears.
You know, lubricate.
Same, because okay, so we send each other stupid reels at each other occasionally. I sent you a good one recently.
I don't send you anything stupid.
Yeah, only the finest of cuisines.
Yeah, I don't. It's just intellectual content. What I send you.
But one that piqued my interest recently is the one where you sent me one about throat singing.
Yeah.
So I had to do a little research.
Yeah.
And I'm on my journey.
Okay.
To learn how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not very far. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But I wanted to demonstrate for,
All right,
for the
okay.
class.
This is crazy.
So the idea, if you don't know what throat singing is, go look up Mongolian throat singing or Tuvan. I don't know if it's pronounced Tuvan or Tuvan or whatever.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like another like Mongolian adjacent region that also does it, throat singing. And so there's like different styles of it too. So I'm learning one style of it. And the idea is you use your false chords, which you use when you like sigh, like,
Oh,
right? You hear that? And then you extend that, right? And then you put a pitch to it.
That sounded crazy.
And then you continue to do it and let it resonate. Oh God, this is gonna.
You gotta add bass to it.
The bass is there, but it's when the pitch comes in that it starts to sound really crazy. This is very hard, so we'll see how this goes. It's so hard. It's so hard, bro.
You sound like my stomach after McDonald's, bro. That was crazy.
I'm putting myself on the spot. I've never done this anywhere. It's so hard, but it's been so fun.
Yeah.
I sit there while watching anime, just going, like my neighbors are probably just like, what is going on in there? And I'm sitting there. Like, and I just like I have the worst stomachache of all time.
I'm down to make this the next project is just to learn how to Mongolian throat sing.
Weekly, we'll check in.
Yeah, just every week.
But it's like it's really interesting, and I wanna learn how to do it well.
Yeah.
And then just break it out,
Yeah, just break it out. Yeah, you're standing by the landmines in Mongolia.
I don't know if you looked at the comments recently.
Wherever the landmines are. There's landmines somewhere.
Yeah. Wherever they are, the pitch will find them. Dude, there's like one style too that is like so awesome, but it actually is like black magic where they use overtones where like there's like you hear that but then you hear like a whistling noise above it. And it's like
that's crazy.
And it's like sounds like a whistle, and like you can control that pitch. That one is like actually black magic. I have no understanding.
You know, I feel like Mongolian people will be really good at beatboxing.
Probably,
they're
bro.
probably like the top beatboxing talent nation.
Yeah,
they're just so anyone that can throat sing is just.
You're
already
just a step above.
You're already like at the Korean, that like world class Korean guy's level. What's that guy's name? Like Wing or something? You know what I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he low-key just kind of looks like Faker.
Yeah.
But he is just...
But he's sick on the mic.
Yeah. I think anybody who looks like Faker is just nasty at something.
Yeah. It's just like the Faker phenotype. You know?
Yeah,
like
dude.
if you got that gene, you're just nasty with
Damn.
it. I could definitely do it better than that, but putting myself on the spot was really hard.
Yeah. Honestly, I respect you for that too.
Yeah.
That's just like, you know, when you're good at something and somebody and somebody just puts you on the spot, sometimes you're a little hesitant to like do it because you're so good at it, right?
Yeah,
like, you don't want to seem like you're showing off. When you're bad at something and you put yourself on the spot to do it, you're just brave. Like you just got hard.
It reminds me of like the meme that's been going around with the frieren angle. I don't know if you're tapped into the artist thing.
I'm on DeviantArt.
But basically this guy posted on Reddit with a frieren image and like he drew, and he's like, I can't get the frieren like angle to look right when she's looking up like this, and when you look at the picture, it's like fucked up, like like it is so messed up. But what was really cool about it was like artists everywhere kind of like commented on it and showed like how they would do it, and it was like this kind of like very positive thing. Like this guy bravely put out this like obviously shitty piece of art and asking people to help him with it, and like everyone came out to do it, and even like the OG frieren animators like came in and like showcased their art. So it was a really cool moment.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was
that's awesome.
It was really cool.
Are you tapped into the art community like that?
Just actually a little bit.
From
my time when I was doing like a community show with Riot.
Sure.
Like I was friends with a lot of artists and like cosplayers and stuff. So like a lot of that art community stuff does cross my feed.
How friendly is not the right word, but like I feel like the art community is really supportive. But there also seems to be a dark side, like there is to like every community, where people are like really elitist about the stuff. Like some people who are really good at the art just seem like they look down upon other people.
I feel like it doesn't happen very much.
Happen often.
I definitely think that the artist community can be very cliquey. Like they kind of like gather to their own like friends who are, whatever. But I think for the most part, I think artists all kind of respect each other, because for every like good piece of art you've ever seen, it comes like thousands of hours of just like work.
So
right?
there's already like a baseline of respect.
Yeah,
like you've been there, you've put in the work. Like you're not. It's like you're in jail with the cellmate, and then you guys start fighting, and you realize this guy is actually kind of tough. And you're like, hey man, you're not so bad. Yeah. You put in the work. I know you've taken your lickings.
Every artist who's ever put something out there, the hazing ritual is already done. You've already poured in the hours of sketching and all that stuff.
That's a really good comparison, right? It's like a frat.
It is. It is a frat.
You get hazed in with your class.
You're hazed in and everything. You've gone through the self-loathing of like putting out terrible shit, but once you're in, you're in.
Yeah, man.
Respect.
Alpha Sigma Sigma.
Yes,
which is just ass.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to X3 Drop. I'm Xell.
And I'm Ducky.
And a lot has happened in the TCG world at large. And so today we're going to talk about some topics from not just One Piece, but some other stuff. But why don't we get into a little comment of the week?
Comment of the week. I pulled one up from our good friend Dinosaur Time from the last video 5 days ago, who said, I think you guys have to do the Costco Glizzy Challenge run back if you're wrong about Jinbe.
Dude,
we have been talking about Jinbe, like not only in the Patreon Discord, like I hear you guys. I didn't see that Jinbe was not once returned, like Buggy, not once returned.
Yep. We're card gamers. We can't read.
I can't read. I'm from the Orient.
All right.
That being said,
you still think he's ass?
I don't think he's that good. But that also
I've changed my tune.
That also speaks to me wanting to run it back on the Glizzy, bro.
Yeah. It's kind of a win-win scenario if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
However, how do we quantify like if one of these OP13 leaders that we dogged on is like good? Like what would you say is like a barometer of that? Like if you top 8 or something?
I think
top 32?
Not even necessarily that. I think just meta viable.
Okay, meta viable.
Meta viable.
Like one of the top tiers? Or
like imagine we looked at Lim, like the Lim leader, and we're like, oh, this leader is straight ass. Yeah. This one is just cheeks, Alpha Sigma Sigma.
Yeah.
Right? And then Lim, we're not surprised to see Lim in a tournament.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean?
That's that level. Okay, so for Jinbe.
Yes.
Meta viable? We're putting a Costco Glizzy on it. I think it's viable.
I think Jinbe is like Kuzan.
Is like Blue Kuzan. Blue Kuzan really underperformed.
Yeah.
He topped, but was not prevalent.
Like I think you will see Jinbe probably at like some tournament results, like the Eggman pie chart, but I think he's going to be really small.
Okay, so there we have it.
I'm comparing Jinbe to Kuzan. If I'm wrong, I'm throwing the dog. I'm throwing some dogs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is that I do think Jinbe is pretty scary. I'm gonna put it that way. I just think some of those endgame lethals are crazy, bro.
Yeah, especially if you can just attach like a trillion Dawn onto
Dude,
somebody.
you can play the 8-cost Jinbe, perfume femur it, right?
Yeah.
Ditch your whole hand, swing 22k unblockable rush.
Yeah.
If you're at 0, you're cooked, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. I don't know, it doesn't matter what happens from there. I think it's kind of sick.
Yeah. You just have to like heavily protect your life.
Yeah.
So up until then, so we'll see.
We'll see.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this guy. maybe that guy is actually decent, right? You pitch 3 to heal 1. I'm out of femur range.
Yeah.
What? You went 9 lead, take, pass.
Dude, also people were saying in the comments like, dude, Morio's actually is like so good because of XYZ, and I respect everyone's opinion. Like, I'm not saying I'm right on any of this stuff, right?
Yeah, because this is just our reaction at a glance at the leaders.
Yeah. I haven't put any testing into it.
Yeah, you haven't played at all?
Nope,
I haven't played at all. So very clearly, this is just our initial knee-jerk reaction to how powerful we think that leaders are historically.
Yeah.
By looking at some of the leaders, right? Like, for example, like Green Zoro on paper was just strong and has shown to be that way, right? We thought like Koala was going to be really good. Wasn't that good. Right? So like we've been wrong in the past, and I'm totally open to being wrong.
But Morio's
I
really do not believe in Moria, but
I don't know.
I could be proven wrong.
But what I will say though, in their defense, is our good friend Jansuko. He's a chronic. I don't want to play this set anymore. I'm waiting for the next set. Plays the next set for 1 week. I don't want to play this set anymore.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the next set.
Yeah.
Right. He's
sure.
always on the future sets. He's always playing like the most recent thing, like whatever's out in Japan or what have you, or like testing that. And he said he's been playing Moria, and he thinks the deck is sick. So it's promising, I guess. Right.
Okay.
And he's a great player.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah, could be proven wrong. Costco glizzy on the line. That's it. We should put some more bets on this show, you know?
Yeah.
I think bets are just
and
a
then
good time.
we'll side bet who can throw the glizzy, the run back, right? I won the first one.
Dude, I'm
right?
not winning the next one.
You're not winning the next one. You haven't learned new technology? You haven't developed new tech?
I want to try it again knowing the tech better this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll improve steadily at this as we lose bets.
Yeah. Eventually we're going to be Kobayashi.
Yo, that's so funny.
Yeah.
From the X3 podcast.
Joey Chestnut. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But yeah, let's talk about OP13 now. We are well underway with OP13. There have been quite a few.
Week is it? How long?
Week 2, I think. Week 2.
It's only week 2.
Yeah, because
I feel like I've been playing this set for like a month.
I mean, based off of how long the games are, I can feel that. Like the time dilation in game is crazy right now. Mm-hmm. I think this is the second weekend now that regional results have been in. Okay. So I put together a little bit of a slide thing that I will now bring up. But
let's talk about it chronologically. So from 1 to 2.
We'll talk because last week we didn't talk about the stuff because it hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
But now we have all the data, and we have the data from this weekend. So
okay, perfect.
I'm going to
because there were a lot of regionals this weekend, as well as the Treasure Cup.
Yes, there were a regional, the online Treasure Cup, and maybe something else.
I think there was like 3 events, like 1 EU event at least. I've been seeing stuff about an EU event, and then I know I played in the Treasure Cup, so I know what happened there.
So, of course, big shout outs to Eggman, as always, for putting this stuff together. Without him, this is just not possible. So I have brought up the results of the last... unfortunately, we don't have like the full representation of each and every one of the tournaments, but I do have the topping.
32, yeah.
Yeah, so we first have TAC Games, which I believe is our Australian friends, and the top 16 leaders.
Down under.
Yeah, down under, and we're gonna see, I think, a lot of the same leaders here. So let's see. Top 16: 6 Emu, 5 Ace, 4 Zoro, 1 Goldie Roger. Is anyone surprised?
Nope.
No. Okay, let's move on. We have.
I was gonna debate whether or not I was surprised to see Roger, but I'm not.
Yeah,
because the deck can functionally just roll you.
Yeah, I haven't played into Roger yet, but I don't know.
If it sees the right cards, yeah, it just goes crazy.
Yeah, it just seems like
5 life, 7K leader. I don't know, like it just goes crazy, right?
It just upgraded Shanks.
Yeah, with a bunch of boss guys. I don't know, like it can work for sure.
And then that same weekend, we also had PEC Occitania, which I think is the France regional that happened. And this is the top 16 leaders: 5 Emu, 5 Ace, no surprise.
Yeah.
3 Zoro, 1 Bonnie, 1 Charlotte Pudding, purple yellow, and 1 Lim.
Okay, so this one, I want to say, I'm just making a prediction now.
Yeah.
As an Ace player, I think weekend 1, there was a lot of Ace hype, right? We all wanted to play the deck because we love drawing cards. We like big guys, right? You know, it's a cool deck.
Don't
get me wrong. The deck is very strong. It is very powerful. But as the format goes on, I think you're going to see a lot of these top Ace players hop off Ace and go to Emu.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's your call. You think?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about kind of like where we think the meta will go, because it's funny because like obviously there's the main 3 decks, right? But it's kind of like a
we'll talk. So
there's a balance.
Yeah, I think we were talking about going into this format week 1 off rip. We were talking about how this format is the big 3, right? We've got Emu. We've got Ace. We've got Zoro. But I think this is not the big 3. I think this is like the Jonas Brothers.
I know where you're going with this, but continue.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's clearly the main one.
Yeah.
There's like the second one, which is like kind of popular. And then the one that nobody really even talks about, the like, honestly, he might not even be like Kevin Jonas. He might be the bonus Jonas. He might be Frankie. Like, dude.
And we're gonna see this pretty shortly because like those 2 events had a lot of Zoros at top.
Yeah, I think that number will quickly just drop off.
Yeah,
not necessarily quickly, but I think it will drop. I don't know at what rate it will, but I think we're gonna consistently see Emu players at the top. And then some people playing Ace still, but I think a lot of the top players who are playing Ace now will be moving to Emu. I think that's just the correct move.
Okay. Well, so just wanted to talk quickly about the decks that won. Like Bonnie, Pudding, and Lim are all pretty interesting. Lim, we've talked about on the podcast before, was kind of one of the decks that we thought could, occasionally top, right? Bonnie, same thing, but Purple Yellow Pudding is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The Emu matchup looked miserable.
I was going to say, I'm curious too to see how many of these quote unquote rogue decks we're going to see continue in the format to do well. So obviously like the Lim, the Purple Yellow Pudding, these are kind of outliers at this current moment in time.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much of the pie chart will allow for some rogue decks to shine through, even with their like dream bracket, right?
Yeah.
It's like, how many top 32s and how many top 64s are we going to see a deck like Purple Yellow Pudding in this particular format? I think it's tough.
Just like how people say there's a dice roll meta, like, you have a 50-50 shot in playing every round into an Emu or an Ace, and like most of these rogue decks just want to see one or the other. So it's kind of like an additional dice roll that you have to win in the roulette. So, and then the last event of that weekend is, I believe, this one, the Versus Games Online Treasure Cup. And this one, the top 16 looks a little bit different. 7 Emu, 5 Ace, then the rest are one-ofs. 1 Zoro Sanji, 1 Green Zoro, 1 UP Luffy, and 1 Bonnie.
Okay. UP. I mean, there's not much to say about UP, to be honest. Like, the deck is still inherently powerful. Low-key, I think this guy just didn't have a deck built. He didn't have the new cards. It's week
He's just
one.
like, he's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm just gonna run it, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty
this is
sure
what I got.
He's like, dude, I signed up for this. I don't have Ace built yet. I guess I'll play UP.
Yeah. I heard UP generally does pretty well into the current Green Zoro and Ace, but also just loses to Emu. So when Roger promo comes out and you can go to that 8K threshold, the Emu matchup becomes a lot more palatable.
Sure. Yeah.
But very impressive to make it there nonetheless.
Yep.
And then we have this weekend. So this weekend there was the Carta Magica Treasure Cup, and then there was the Edinburgh Regional in EU. So in Edinburgh, this was a 1,000-person tournament, so top
big
32.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. 14 Ace at the top.
Yep.
11 Emu. 3 Green Zoro, 1 Red Black Sabo, 1 Goldie Roger, 1 Zoro and Sanji, and 1 Silver's Rayleigh.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about Red Black Sabo.
Yeah.
I think that is a deck that I was terrified of at the start of the set because it's a new leader, right? It's a OP13 leader. We have people who really like Sabo for whatever reason. Honestly, nothing burger of a guy. But we got people who really like Sabo and want to play that deck and love the Rev Army archetype, right? I just, for some reason, I love Morley.
Look, if your favorite person is Lindberg, I have questions.
Is he cool?
No.
He's not cool?
He's not cool.
He kind of looks like an inventor, like Inspector Gadget. He seems like kind of a cool character. I don't know anything about him.
Like a Heimerdinger from League of Legends or something.
Yeah, the Lorax.
It's funny. I don't think, is the Lorax a tech guy? No, right?
Maybe.
No, there's no way.
I saw him with like a 2080. He's got to be a tech guy. He bought a 2080 on launch. The Lorax?
What?
He's got the craziest PC build.
Hey, yeah, you'd be gaming on Valorant with that thing. What I was going to say with Lindberg is on his card art, you don't really get a good view of his limbs. And so I forgot who I was talking to about this, but they were like, oh, Lindberg looks so cute. And I was like, cute, interesting. And then
he does. He's like a little cat guy, right?
Yeah, but I think from the card art, it kind of looks like he's like a Hello Kitty character.
Yeah.
But he's not. He has real limbs, I gotta look. He's got long limbs, and he's less cute with long limbs.
Lindbergh.
One Piece.
Okay. Lindbergh One Piece. Oh yeah.
He's not like a little, like, I think the idea.
He's got a cat face.
He has a cat face.
But he's got a human
torso.
Yeah, and it's the legs, really.
Yeah, the long legs.
It's just the legs, yeah. I mean, he's still cute.
I don't think he's that cute. I think he'd be much cuter as like a... What happened there?
I saw just this.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. That's weird.
It is a little weird. He's got the Mad Hatter kind of hair.
He would be so much cuter if he was like a Hello Kitty proportioned character,
Yeah.
Like big head, little body, little limbs, and flew around on a jetpack. That's so cute.
Yeah, I think Lindbergh has a cool character design though. As like the Rev Army guys, they're kind of all goofy, like outcast characters.
Yeah.
So like Morley looks crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Lindbergh looks crazy, but Lindbergh's flavor I think is just actually cool. Right? It's a steampunk cat inventor guy.
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget cat. And then you got like Bella Betty, and then her quirk is like, I don't wear clothes. Like, what is that?
I wear nothing in the vertical part of my collarbones to my navel.
Yeah. What is Bella Betty's? She has a fruit?
Yeah.
What does it do?
It like rallies the people. Like,
huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She's like quite literally like the anthem person. She like revs people up. Like she is like the perfect protester essentially, and she gives people power by like amping up their feelings or something. I don't remember the details, but
low-key, that's kind of a good fruit. I think Bella Betty was behind January 6th. I don't know if Bella Betty's got a... I don't know if she's got an alibi there. The insurrection?
No comment on that one. But yeah, so Bella Betty, like her thing is like perfect for, the Rev Army,
right? It sounds useless.
Is it?
Yeah.
Specifically
I got the
for the
aura-
Rev army, that's perfect. Because she like arms the people to defend
But she's like
the land.
second in command, right?
I don't actually know. No, I think.
Oh, is it Sabo? No, Sabo's like third or something.
I think it might be Ivankov is second in command.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot about Ivankov.
And then it might be Sabo.
And then Bello Betty after that? Or is
then-
Bello Betty just a side character? Why did Betty get a leader?
She is like one of the main Rev army like peeps.
Yeah.
But she's like the same level as like Karasu, Morley, and
Oh, okay.
Lindbergh, I believe.
Oh, and then she got a leader for some reason?
Yeah, she just got a leader for some reason. But that's why she discards a card and then amps up Rev Army people.
Oh, that's why.
Because she like gives them a buff essentially.
Yeah, I didn't know what she does. I don't know what half the Rev Army guys do. Like, does Lindbergh have a fruit or is he just a cat?
As far as I'm aware, he's just a cat with a jetpack.
Yeah. Fire.
He might have a Glock on him though.
Crazy.
So yeah, that one pretty interesting in the sense that just again, it just feels like the big two. We were promised a triangle format. We got a line format.
Yeah, and I think this line is just gonna grow even straighter over time.
Yeah.
Like right now, sometimes it's like an EKG with somebody who's healthy. I think eventually it's just dead people straight up.
Yeah, it's tough. But okay, so talking about the other leaders too. So okay, Green Zoro, Sabo, Goldie Roger.
I'm surprised about how little Zoro there is coming into just the second week. I thought there was still going to be more.
We'll talk about the last one. The Carta Magica had more Zoro, but at least in comparison. But yeah, I feel like Zoro never got a foothold in this meta. You know, like
I wonder though if the European meta is a little different than the North American one.
It might be. I think EU
heavily favors Ace Emu.
Yes, that's my belief too. And then I also think that way for North America too. Like I don't know that many top players who are like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna play Zoro this set.
The only guy that I can immediately think of is like Richard Yam, like the Zoro guy.
But he's the Zoro guy, so
right? He won our Nats with Green Zoro. Like I can't, if that is a meta viable leader, I can't imagine he hops off and plays another.
Yeah. So like outside of him, I like most of the people I've talked to, Green Zoro is not really their thing. I also think that again, this is something maybe we get into a little bit further, but I think the Green Zoro had more of a foothold in Asia because the matchup wasn't as figured out as it is now, at least for the Emu side. Because I think the idea with Green Zoro was like, okay, like you're really good into Ace, and Emu is like a doable matchup.
Honestly, I don't even think Zoro is necessarily that good into Ace.
Especially the current versions of Ace, right?
Like, I just don't think it's that good.
I think especially the sort of advancement in Ace technology, which is like no tax beard, 9 beard, rad beam, potentially. All of that makes it much harder for Zoro to finish off the game.
I will say though, if you are like, if we didn't have any sort of historical data to go off of as the Western meta, like if we didn't have the Eastern meta to kind of
guide us along.
Yeah, basically, I think we would also struggle as aces into Zoro. But now that we've seen those before us, you know, Asia has walked, so we could fly, bro. Honestly,
and fly away from the Green Zoro guys.
Yeah, because I think as long as you understand what the game plan is, like yes, as ace, you can still get absolutely eviscerated by Zoro if he sees the right cards. But that matchup is not free by any means for Zoro. Even if Ace loses the dice roll, that matchup is not free.
So I'm with you there, and that's why I think like Green Zoro might be an endangered species.
I think
right?
so too. Yeah.
But now we have the other two leaders that were kind of interesting, which is the Zoro Sanji, which is the second time we've seen it here now.
Okay.
I believe that matchup into Emu is like unlosable, or apparently like that's like one of your best matchups. I believe. So if you just see Emus all day, like you're doing hot.
Yeah.
And then Rayleigh, which I also think does really well into specifically Emu.
Yeah, so we can talk about my Treasure Cup run. Is this the Treasure Cup results? Or
No,
is this-
so okay, we'll quickly touch on the treasure cups just
Okay.
so we can talk more about the format as a whole. But for Carta Magica, top 16, 8 Emu. So half of it was Emu.
I was gonna say, I think because I played in this event, from my experience, is that it was very Emu heavy.
Okay.
Even the top was insanely Emu heavy.
Okay. And then we had 4 Green Zoro, 2 Ace, 1 Teach, and 1 Rayleigh.
The Teach, was that Dangif?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Probably, yeah. So yeah, Blackbeard also has a tremendous matchup, I believe, into Ace, and then struggles more into Emu.
Blackbeard has a tough time into Ace.
No, has a good time.
Has
into
a good time
Ace,
into Ace,
and
but
then
struggles into Emu. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I know about Teach, but I've also heard that Teach, the Emu matchup is possible, but it's just like not a winning one by any means. So so that's that is all the results that we've seen, and again, it's like the dead dove meme, like in the bag.
This was top 16?
Top 16,
okay.
Yeah. Wow, this is the meta we got. No one's surprised, right?
Yeah.
But I think there are like small things that are happening in the meta week to week. And I think even though there was a lot of Green Zoro at this particular Treasure Cup, I don't foresee Green Zoro moving along unless they like come up with new technology, unless they figure out something new. The way that Ace and Emu have developed in our metagame, I feel like make it really hard for Green Zoro to stay in there.
Yeah, so I think I was going to talk about my Treasure Cup run very briefly.
Yeah.
I did play into a Rayleigh.
Oh, yeah.
I played into Jansuko.
Oh, he's on
Yeah.
Rayleigh.
Yeah, he played Rayleigh this time. I thought he was playing Red Black Sabo.
Yeah.
And I was like, we were XO going into like round 5, I
Okay.
think it was. I can't remember. But I was like, Jansuko.
Oh, boy.
Damn. Unlucky. And then he flips over his leader and it's Rayleigh. And I was like, is this good for me? I've never played this leader or against this leader.
Yeah.
I don't know how to navigate this particular matchup. I'm just gonna go about it how I normally do, is like just don't hit him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like don't hit him and then just wait. But I got run down. I got absolutely run down by like at one point his board was like 3 Rush Zoros. just like running at me and I just ran out of cards.
Yeah.
But I think I navigated the macro for that game incorrectly. I think I prioritized 10 beard too much. I think I need to prioritize 9 beard quite a bit more.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I searched past it or if I just didn't see it straight up. But it also suffered that I didn't see a 4 drop. I won dice roll and I didn't see a 4. So I started playing the game at
half speed.
6.
Yeah.
So I kind of just ran out of steam there. But if I were to play that again, I don't know that matchup is necessarily easy for Rayleigh.
For Rayleigh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I believe that matchup is favored for Ace.
Yeah, I think I played it incorrectly and I didn't see the right cards and I stumbled like 1 or 2 turns, which I think cost me the game. Because his gas, he turned up the gas for sure.
Yeah.
Like, Searcher, like Luffy.
Classics. Yeah.
Luffy,
666, 666,
yeah,
666.
So he like really turned the gas up on that one. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Rayleigh becomes a threat in the meta. Because I think in theory, Jansuko did say that he wanted to see all the emus.
Yeah. I think so.
He just wants to see emu and he'll just eviscerate them. But his run was great. I think he just finished outside of top 16, maybe like 18th. So he just finished.
Yeah, just outside top 16. So that means that Rayleigh that we saw in the pie chart is not him and someone else who also.
Well, that was for the EU event. The Rayleigh.
No. The Carta Magica one.
There was a Rayleigh?
There was a Rayleigh in top 16. So
I think that was him then.
Oh, it was him.
I think that was him.
Okay.
That was him. Yeah. Maybe he finished in top. I thought he finished just outside. Maybe he was like 14th or something.
Is there any chance there was a second Rayleigh up there?
No.
Okay.
0. Yeah.
Because I think Rayleigh's an interesting choice if you manage to survive against the Ace matchup, I think. And it's funny because Emu does have tech against Rayleigh, but as of early into the meta, people are kind of disrespecting the low to the ground aggro decks, just being like, you're not viable, so why would you bring it, right? So I think this will do interesting things to the Emu metagame, I guess, because I feel like for both Emu and Ace, I felt like the deck lists have sort of solidified a bit. I think Ace, for a while, people were kind of waffling between a couple of ratios here and there, and they still are, like how many red rocks, how many puddings, but Ninebeard is like cemented in. It feels like.
I think so too.
And I think again, there's like an argument for like maybe Rad Beam or like whatever. So there's like a couple cards that change, but I think Ace feels kind of figured out.
At the current moment, I would be... Well, actually, there were some kind of tech developments, I would say week 1.5.
Okay.
But in our play group, Tej and I both play Ace, and we talk to each other a lot about kind of the developments and what we've seen, how to navigate certain matchups, like what the game plans are and what cards help in what spots, right? So at first, I was having a little trouble into Emu going first. Losing the dice roll into Emu felt like really uphill, like almost unwinnable bad. So I had teched my deck to play the 6-cost Yamato, the 6/7 rusher.
6/7. Sorry.
That's great. That's the brain rot.
Just give me one. Give me one.
Okay,
man.
You got one. You got one. You got one. So I played the 6/7 Yamato.
Continue.
I played 2 copies of that, and then eventually went down to 1 because it just didn't help in the other matchups. It was specifically for Emu when I lost dice roll,
which is narrow, right? Like
so like the use case is already small, and then from there we started playing the Vista, the 6/8,
double attack guy,
Vista, because we were seeing a lot of ace mirrors, and if you lose a dice roll in the ace mirror, you cannot engage in a JOZU war. You will lose. Right? So if you wanted to end the JOZU war, you just play the Vista. Like they JOZU your guy, and then you just play Vista, and you're like, that's it? That's the end of the war.
For those who are unaware of the JOZU war, it's like when the ace mirror, you guys go back and forth bouncing the JOZU.
Yeah, so the player who goes second plays a 4-drop. Usually it's Marco, right? You go like Searcher, Marco. And then the player who goes first plays Searcher, swing 8, or like Searcher, swing 7.
Right.
And then on 5, you play Yamato usually, or you play like Marco and a Dawn. And then on 6th Dawn turn, the person initiates a JOZU war. The person who is on the even curve initiates the JOZU war by playing JOZU. Bounces their Searcher, bounces whatever you've played, your 4 or your 5-drop. And then you, in response, play your JOZU on 7 by bouncing your Searcher and then bouncing their JOZU. So you kind of go back and forth by bouncing each other's JOZU and then swinging at each other's face and developing the Searchers. But there comes a point where the guy on the even curve hits 10 Dawn first. So because you are at 9 when they're at 8, and then they go to 10 first,
and there's a particularly good 4-cost card that might break the mirror, huh?
So they just play JOZU. They bounce your JOZU, and then they play Pudding, and they entirely eviscerate your 13-card hand. It's especially bad if you play Yamato on 5, because you go up in cards. So it's especially bad. So the thing is, people who lose dice roll have kind of started to favor the Vista, because instead, after they play their first JOZU, you just don't even play JOZU after that. You just play the Vista.
Yeah, you end the war immediately before it even starts.
Yeah, so they can't interact with it at all. And double attack, swing 8, is really scary in the mirror. Like, you have to dump your hand, especially if the following turn they decide to, like, put in your hand. Your 9 to 10 card hand at this point, they just put in your hand, and then they just go 8 lead. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah. So yeah, it
puts a lot of pressure in the mirror. Yeah.
And like they're able to go like answer your beard by red rocking it as well. So there are answers, but obviously if you lose dice roll, you're definitely on the back foot. So that's why you've been seeing some more Vistas lately. But after chatting with Tej about it for quite a while, we had both decided that that card is actually a trap. Like, playing that card is kind of a trap because you don't want to play that card in the Emu matchup.
It's bad in Emu.
It's kind of only reasonable when you lose dice roll against the mirror.
Which, again, makes it narrow
it's
again.
So narrow.
Yeah.
It is so narrow. So we're just like, okay, well, what is the card that actually swings the matchup in the mirror when you lose dice roll? On 5 Dawn turn, it's not, you can't play Marco and you can't play Yamato because you're losing against the JOZU War.
Atmos. No?
Atmos is great. Yes. So everybody plays Atmos at this point.
Yeah, for that reason.
So Atmos is awesome, but you can't play for Atmos.
Yeah.
Because his use case is really narrow. It's pudding.
Oh, you just pudding immediately.
You just pudding immediately, and sometimes it wins you the game on the spot.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Because whatever you're playing that turn is getting bounced anyways, right? So like if you play Atmos and you're bouncing their Marco, and then they play JOZU and they bounce your Atmos, and then you engage in a JOZU war, you're still losing that, right? So
right.
like, Atmos is not really the answer. The answer is if you just play pudding on 5 and swing 7. Sometimes they just don't have answers, right?
Yeah,
they have a 5 card, their like 7 card hand goes to 5, and then also if you go 8 lead and they take, they're at like 8 cards. So you're putting their 8 card hand and you go 7, they give you leader ability, they go down to 4. Like, do you have the answer here?
Yeah, and especially because like the early ace turn is always going to be search, so they've crafted their hand to some extent, or if they kept their hand too. This would also happen sometimes in some matchups with UP, where sometimes early pudding just gets you there because all you wanted was to put a little variance into the game, and it's enough.
So we figured out that like pudding is really the key to losing the dice roll in the mirror.
Yeah.
So yes, welcome to more variance.
Yeah, ugh, I hate that.
Yeah, but that also means that like if that frees up all the tech spots, right? Like the spots that go to Yamato, the spots that go to Vista, the spots that go to Rad Beam, because those cards are used for one particular matchup each. Makes the use case way too narrow. I'm never using Rad Beam against any deck that's not Zoro.
Zoro, yeah.
I'm not using Vista in any deck that's not the mirror. I'm not using Yamato in any deck that's not Emu.
Right.
And those are all when you lose dice roll. So like, why am I playing these cards?
It's so funny. Like, if you could see the future and know what your dice rolls are going to be in the next tournament in your matchups, your ace list would be like so perfectly tucked.
Yeah.
And
so I think the list that Teach and I had decided on is maybe the best 50 that we know of so far. Like,
okay.
I think it's the most well-rounded list, right? It's very it's completely stock, but you play 3 pudding and 3 rock.
Yeah, and then the 2 Atmos is like the thing.
2 Atmos, 2 9
beards. Yeah. So
yeah, everything else is stock, but I think 3 pudding and 3 rock gives you the most flexibility in basically every matchup.
Yeah.
At worst, rock is you just pitch it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think like it's interesting that I feel like where you guys came to, it's like this full circle thing where like you started, you're like, oh, but I kind of want to help this matchup. You learned the line actually, and then you're like, okay, actually, the original deck list is fine. We have lines that we can use with the cards we already had. So, so in the same kind of vein for the kind of how deck lists have shifted in the Emu deck, it's funny that you play Ace, I play Emu, so I think we kind of know sort of what's going on in each category.
Yeah.
For Emu, originally going into it, I think people were kind of off Stussy in the same vein of like Stussy is only good when you're against Ace usually, and when you lose dice roll, and you have to see it on specifically your 9 down turn.
And that's also wishful thinking to have a body up.
Yes, because sometimes like you've had to burn blockers, and then are you going to always have like a body to use for a Stussy effect?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I actually think it's quite rare.
Yeah.
There are so many times when I win dice roll against Emu, and going into 9 dawn turn, I have a beard, and I have so on 8 dawn turn, I have a body. It's usually JOZU, and then I play event into 10 beard, and then I go 8-9. Like, you have to give up your blocker there, or you're going down to like 1 life. Or 2 lives. And that 2 life is also bad, right? So like, you have to just give up your blockers that you've developed at that point, or you just happen to have like 3 events in your opening hand or something.
Something
right?
like that, yeah.
Because you can't always play Shalria or the search event into like picking up events. Because you need to find your elders, you need to find your Saturns,
100%.
Stuff to play in the middle game, right? So you're going to end up searching past the events and then search into the events once you start playing your elders. That's usually how the game will progress. But if the pressure is so high that they're going like 7-7, 8-9, or so it's like 6-6, 7-7, 8-9, or something like that. You're going to run out of counter and you have to block with your blockers that you've developed, right? So at that point, you have no bodies to play Stussy on 9. And even if there was a body for you to Stussy away, you pop the beard. Now you have 0 Dawn to protect you with events. What is stopping me from just jamming you to 0?
Right. Yeah.
I don't even need to develop another body at that point. I can just jam you down.
Yeah.
And then play Roger the following turn. Like, you got it or no?
Yeah. So I think people are finding Stussy like kind of what you were talking about with Ace, where it's just too narrow and too specific of spots.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people have instead decided to put in St. Charlos, which is the blocker.
Yes. So St. Charlos is a card, and the VV blocker as well.
Yeah.
Those are the cards that I've been seeing a lot. St. Charlos is aggravating. He is aggravating. I think he's also one of the main reasons why the 6-8 Vista is like completely unplayable in that matchup.
Yeah, just another chump just a blocker to get in the way.
Yeah.
And Vista doesn't have like a way to get through that, right?
Yeah.
So Charlos is just awesome. It's good into Ace in the fact that like Ace doesn't really have easy ways to clear blockers like that.
The only way is like to JOZU it.
Yeah, and that's
away.
it's clunky to use JOZU for that specific purpose.
I used to do that, is just JOZU it away and then swing 7. But I also don't know that that's correct. I think if you have 2 searchers on board, you might just want to go up in card economy.
Yeah. And also for Ace too, like in the development turns, like bouncing too many searchers is also annoying because of Shirahoshi. So Shirahoshi being another like kind of tech card that emus kind of have all agreed on using.
Yeah, that card is definitely annoying.
Yeah, because like it essentially is a blocker that eats like usually a 6 or 7K or more swing, and eats a card out of hand. So
I'm typically ignoring Shirahoshi. Like if it comes down, I'm just gonna punch you.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm just ignoring Shirahoshi straight up.
And then but it's like a race from there on, right? Because Shirahoshi can only last for so long because when the 5 elders come. So so it's interesting. St. Charlos comes in. People are also playing the GARP event as well.
Yep.
GARP
that
event
usually is like a one of
sometimes more.
I've seen Barrier as well.
Barrier is like the newest kind of addition to the crew.
One of the emus I played 4 Barrier.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he played 4.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So again, emu there's not a lot of tech slots, but people are trying stuff out.
Yeah.
The GARP event specifically is to help with the low to the ground poking stuff that happens. Like Zoro with the new 4-cost Zoro. Oftentimes the early game, they're kind of peppering you with smaller swings. GARP event lets you use an early 2K, then use GARP event, counter one of the 5K swings, bring back the 2K, now counter out the next 6K
It's
swing.
effectively a +3.
Yeah. And that's like the other use case is like it's a +3K, but the fact that you can counter 2 attacks, 2 small attacks with it is very handy. I'm curious if Rayleigh starts to pick up steam or some of these aggro decks pick up steam. And then the last sort of, I forgot what the card is called, but it pops 2 3 costs on the board.
Rashomon.
That's the Zoro event. Yeah. And it's also 4 costs.
But I don't know. There's a...
Yeah, it's a card
that pops 2 3s.
Yeah, it's a card that pops 2 3s.
It's a Celestial Dragon
card. Yeah, so searchable and everything. And that card like decimates one Zoro.
Is it the bid event or something? No, that's just a trigger.
No, that's an event. This is like a guy.
Oh, this is a guy.
Yeah, it's a guy.
Oh.
And he pops 2 3s. So kind of handy when everyone's playing St. Charlos. Very handy for popping Koshiro, which is kind of what Emu really hates to play against in the Zoro matchup. And maybe something that people think about also. Again, only if like these lower to the ground aggro decks start to try to come in and bully Emu a bit. So so technology is being developed in the Emu side for sure. I thought we kind of were going to see the standard list to sort of be like a stock list, right? 2 Charlos, 1 GARP event, everything else the same.
Yeah.
So
that being said, like technology has developed now. what are your current thoughts? I know you haven't played that much OP13 because you've been focusing more on Riftbound.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Riftbound events lately. What are your current thoughts on the format itself?
So this format's interesting from a gameplay perspective. I think, and maybe deck building too. It is obviously not very exploratory in terms of like what decks you can bring, and I know for some people that is not very fun. And then in terms of the gameplay depth too, I don't think. I think it's going to be hard for people who aren't in like a very informed circle to really reach the heights of gameplay for this set, because I think this set is like one of the most pushed in terms of like fundamentals, like really understanding late game scenarios and understanding like how your mid game affects your end game scenarios and then playing those end game scenarios out. And
Yeah.
I think it is in some ways it's like the most simple the game has ever been.
Yeah, definitely.
But also at the same time, it has really complicated the decision trees at the end of the game. And so I just think like some people are going to find this set frustrating because they played the cards they wanted to play, but then they just lose. And then they're not sure where they lost. And I think it's going to be kind of this like Dunning-Kruger effect where some people are going to overly blame like...
Is that the Halloween guy?
Dunning-Kruger... that is Freddy Krueger. Dunning-Kruger is the effect of like people who are actually bad at something don't understand it well enough to understand how bad they are, essentially. It's like the bell curve meme. I know how bad I am at that. So the thing is, so as a result of that, though, I think a lot of people are going to be frustrated with the set because they're going to lose a lot of games, and because a lot of people have already started blaming dice roll as like the premier thing. I do think this is a dice roll set for what it's worth. I think
I was going to mention. I think I saw some discourse on Twitter. I forget who it was by, but somebody, one of the top players, was talking about how people complain too much about how it is a dice roll format. He agrees that it is a dice roll format. So whoever wins dice roll will have the upper hand, but he thinks people are overplaying that advantage.
Yes, I'm 100% in agreement. Yeah.
I don't know that I agree.
I think it is the case for many players who have not reached. It's like you need to be a certain level before you can start blaming the dice roll.
Yeah. So like I understand as an ace player now. There's another issue that I don't like about this format, and it's time. And I kind of understand, like we've had issues with this time format for a long time. Ever since like OP4, we've had issues with this, right? Ever since I started playing the game, I have vocally told everybody that I know with a microphone that I hate this time format. It just
I don't
sucks.
think anyone likes it, right?
Like, why are we sharing a timer?
Yeah.
Like as an ace player, I understand my deck is quote unquote brain dead and it's like very linear. But when we go to time and I have 0 life and then Emu player has 2 life and they've taken up 25 minutes of the clock, that is a problem.
Yeah.
Like that is inherently an issue with the ace Emu matchup because it is grindy. And that is like, so my Treasure Cup run, I played 6 Emus.
That's a lot.
I went into overtime with 4 of them. And it's not because these Emu players are intentionally slow playing, but I think they just don't know their lines that well. And the deck is a little bit more complicated to play than ace. So naturally, you're going to take up more time. So I think that also just makes that matchup more infuriating.
Yeah.
Is because they take up 66% of the clock. And naturally, their deck is favored to win in this time format.
Yeah, because
right?
They're so protective of life.
Because they just turtle.
Yeah.
Whereas we intentionally take our life in order to accelerate the game plan.
Right.
That being said, I think once people start understanding the lines a little bit more, I think it gets a little bit better when it comes to the Ace Emu matchup, because I used to take quite a while also as Ace to understand how to navigate the end game. But now I'm like fully dialed in. I understand what resources I need to see, when I need to see them, and how to navigate. So like my turns are 10, pay 10 for beard, pass.
Yeah.
Pay 10 for beard, pass. Pay 10 for beard, pass. And then you spend 5 minutes thinking about their turn.
Yeah.
Like whether I want to develop this elder and leave it up. Like, what do I need to do? How do I swing here? And I just I count my cards in my hand. I have 12, right? If they have Saturn, everything swings for 7. If they attach a Dawn, so that's 5 Dawn to their board, right? That is 10 cards.
Yeah.
Right? So like I need to know how many cards I need, how many blockers. So blocker saves 2 cards. So like you just do like very simple math there. So I know how to navigate my own like lethal turns, or like how to defend against lethal, when it's appropriate to take the life, when it's not, and then go from there.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think emu players, if you're freeballing the end game stuff, it can take a while.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's just like on your turns, there's just like just mechanically a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, so that was like my main gripe is like people don't have enough reps on emu, and that's not necessarily their fault. Like we're all humans, and we have things in our lives that we need to take care of that are not One Piece trading card game. So like I understand you don't have a lot of time to invest into playing this like complex deck.
Yeah,
that's why I play Ace, is because I just feel like I don't have enough time to play, and I'm gonna take a long time playing emu, and I hate going to time. So like I understand why people go to time. I understand you're not intentionally doing it, but it is frustrating on the receiving end. Like dude, hurry it up.
Yeah. It's kind of a tough thing, right? And it really just highlights how bad the time rules are.
Yeah,
like
they're
that's like
really
the main,
bad, and I really hope Bandai changes something. Right? Yeah.
So with that being said, going back to the dice roll thing, I think a lot of players will blame dice roll too much, and I do think like some players need to get to that level where they can start blaming the dice. And once you're at that level, fine, blame the dice. Mm-hmm. But I think some people are a little too quick to point the fingers and not the mirror. You know.
But you know what they say: when you point a finger, you got 4 pointing back at you. Right? Yeah. You know.
Or, whoa, I'm not doing that. Don't point with the
That was crazy.
I thought about it for like a split second. I was like, I'm so glad I did not do a demonstration.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got the boots on? Or
I got them from the thrift store.
Damn.
But yeah, I think, I haven't played enough OP13 to feel comfortable yet, so I have to put in the work.
Yeah.
And until I put in the work, like I think my exploration of the emu lines will be interesting. But once you hit that point, I think this format starts to feel really stale.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I feel like I understand the lines going first and going second, and going first just sucks.
Yeah.
It just like it's so uphill. It's awful.
I think it was someone in the comments too that was like, is it that we need a deck that goes first in order to make this format feel better? But it's really just compounded that both of the two like quote unquote best decks want the same side of it. So it's just like
I think that take is like I understand where it came from, but I think it's wrong. Because we have a deck like that, and it's Lim.
Yeah, and even Lim doesn't.
And Lim is a deck that specifically wants to go first. And if you queue into Ace or Emu, Lim is not taking first. Like,
it tells you a lot about the state of the format.
Yeah,
that like the go first deck is like.
I don't want to go first.
I don't want to go first.
Which is insane because I've played against Lim. I played against a Lim at the Treasure Cup.
Yeah.
I lost dice roll and they took second.
Yeah.
And they're just like, pass. Like, why did you choose this?
Yeah.
Why did you choose second? At least I have stuff. I could play Searcher, 7 lead, and I can go from there. I can start playing Yamatos and stuff. Like you can't do anything.
Yeah, the main problem is just that the two best decks are just so focused on one side of the dice roll that like it warps the rest of the format into a dice roll format because of those two.
Yeah, so that's kind of like my main issue with the format is I like triangle formats. Obviously, this is not...
Bro, this is... is it even a triangle format?
It's like... I think it's isosceles triangle at best.
And it's like a long isosceles triangle.
Yeah. But there's a little connect at the very bottom, right?
Yeah, that's
So
that
I
little
don't know.
green Zoro.
Yeah.
That's Richard Yam
Yeah, it's
holding
just-
up the triangle.
You know what's so funny is that shout out to Rich. He also plays. He's a Zoro guy,
Yeah.
right? Played Red Zoro, and then swapped to Green Zoro. They're both named Richard.
Man, is it a thing?
Do you know? I don't know that there's another human who plays One Piece and their name is Richard and is Asian and doesn't play Zoro. I just don't think it exists.
Well, it's just weird that, it's that classic phrase, if I had a nickel every time. It's
I'd have
not a
10
lot
cents.
of times, but
Yeah,
it's weird that I've got 2 nickels now. So,
And these are the big nickels.
I don't
So
know.
if you're Asian, your name is Richard, and you play a
It's your
non-Zoro
birthright.
deck, and you play a non-Zoro deck, I don't want to hear it. Just say you play Zoro.
Just play, just play Zoro.
Yeah.
Just play Zoro. Just do the right thing.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Honestly, I
The
don't know.
dice roll? Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm at the point where I just like I'm used to playing Purple Luffy, which is also a dice roll deck, right? Like you just really want to go first against a lot of matchups. So I'm used to playing a dice roll deck and you lose dice roll. Like I'm used to that feeling. I'm not sighing or like going like, oh, like the dice weren't with me today or whatever. Like it is what it is. I accept it.
Yeah.
But the fact that other people are experiencing this for the first time, and I am seeing it from like a third person POV, a voyeurist. I'm sitting on the cuck chair, the dice roll cuck chair, and I'm seeing other people getting absolutely penetrated by the dice. I'm like, oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It is a jarring thing to look at.
Yeah, you're like the guys, you're working the floor at a casino,
Yeah.
and you're just seeing people get railed.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, that's
Just
tough.
cleaned out. The
That's
vacuum
tough.
cleaners come
Yeah.
out, yeah.
The wife is not happy with that guy later.
Yeah. So, unfortunate. It was funny. I think some people had come out and said like, I saw some of the tournament reports and some people be winning dice roll, man. It is crazy.
I did win in my TC run. I did win like a lot of my dice rolls. I think so. There's 9 rounds, and I think I won six dice rolls.
6 is a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I won
6 of 9.
6.
Yeah. I think I saw someone else who I think won like all 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
That's the run.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think people should be so quick to blame things that are out of their control.
Sure.
And I think it's just one of those things where like people really need to be real with themselves, right? Like, is it really that you just had nothing to do, or was it that like you made a misplay somewhere and it hurt you? And I will say, like, having played a couple emu mirrors, it's really hard to know where things went wrong sometimes. Like,
yeah. That one especially, but I think in the Ace mirror, it's like very apparent.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty clear when you watch somebody play the mirror, and it's clear that they don't understand the lines, or like they just they're not very practiced in that particular matchup.
Yeah.
Like there's like certain key cards that you need to see in that particular matchup that they're just not playing, even if they have it, right? Like people playing into puddings, people playing into red rocks, people engaging in JOZU wars when you shouldn't engage in the JOZU war,
Yeah.
right? Like things of that nature. It's like pretty apparent to me when I play against aces, and I'm like, oh, they haven't played the matchup before.
Yeah.
Even if I lose dice roll, I'm like, I actually have a shot now.
Yeah. So out of curiosity, because I played in 1 treasure cup so far, and I very quickly understood when people like knew the matchup or not. Like, how much do you think people are like aware? I guess.
I think now probably, I mean, as the weeks go on,
Yeah.
like they're going to be more and more aware. I think right now, not yet.
Yeah.
I think not yet. Because there are definitely, like just this past weekend playing in the Treasure Cup, people were surprised about some of the lines I took. Like I talked to some of the EVO players after our games, and I would just go like 10 beard pass, 10 beard pass, 10 beard pass. And they're like, why did you do that? And I was like, well, I'm just building beards.
Yeah.
And then I just play Roger. Like, what are you going to do to me? Right? I have like 14 cards in hand, and then they just go, they'll poke at me, right? They just go like 7 lead. And then I have like 3 beards at this point, and they have 1 life. You cannot humanly live right?
No, the Roger kills you no matter what.
Yeah, so I just build the 3 beards. They go 6 lead. I take. I just take, draw 2.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, you're gonna kill me this turn or what? And they just like didn't expect it.
Yeah, and that's very interesting. Because I feel like I haven't even played Emu and Ace that much, but that is the win con for Ace.
Yeah. I did win a game off of pudding.
Yep.
Like
that happens too.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't see my beards enough, and I had to I think the order in which I saw my cards was really, really awkward. And I think this is one where I lost dice roll. So I had to pudding to win the game. Like they ate so many of their cards. They had 3 life. Emu had 3 life at this point, and I had to win the game by decking him out.
Oh, that's actually awesome.
So I didn't. All Shirahoshis were in his trash, and he had 3 life, and there's no humanly way for me to like end the game. Right?
Yeah.
At this point, clock is ticking down. So what I ended up doing is just like playing out all my blockers. So like I think I had 2 beards, and then I ended up playing like Marco, Uta.
Yeah.
Just like blockering up and just like finding all my counter and just holding up until they naturally drew cards. And then I couldn't swing at them, because if I swing at them and they take, then that's an extra card in that card pool. So I think they had 8 cards. So 8 cards between their deck and their hand at the time. And I was like, okay, well, I just have to wait 2 turns. I have to buy myself 2 turns and just survive 2 full turns
And then
of them
putting for lethal.
completely swinging at me and just putting for lethal.
Yeah,
that's
so
how I won the
funny,
game.
Yeah. It's actually funny. That's the one matchup that Emu sometimes doesn't want to use leader ability because of that exact reason. Like, because almost in that specific matchup, like you kind of need to see like 3 to 4 elders to finish off the game, and so the games are long and grindy. And if you use leader ability the whole way through, and you're essentially drawing 3 cards per turn as you play elder, you can deck out fast.
Yeah, because there was a point in time where I realized that was my only win condition, because I just didn't see my Rogers.
Yeah,
and he fully swung out, right? But he played the Elder and didn't activate the Elder ability because I wasn't swinging at him. I just wasn't doing anything. So he just felt really, and he had 3 life and like a bunch of cards in hand, and he held up a lot of Dawn. So he just like felt safe. He was like, I don't care what you do to me. Like, you can't kill me.
Yeah.
So he just like swung out, plays Elder, and he goes like, I'm going to threaten lethal the following turn.
Mm-hmm.
But then at that point, I had just chosen to accelerate the game by swinging into the blocker that draws him 1. Like, I was just like, oh, all right, I'm just going to swing into the blocker that draws him 1.
He's
then,
like, yeah.
And he like draw, because like, what, you're going to give me counter for that? No way you're giving me counter for that.
Yeah.
Because it's a mandatory draw on KO. So he just had to draw the call.
Dump your hand to keep it alive. That'd
and
be so funny.
The more you dump your hand, the more the pudding is good.
Yeah.
Because it just draws you more cards.
Yeah,
it just thins out your deck. Mm-hmm. So either way, it's bad for him.
Yeah.
Right? He just left it sitting, and I was like,
interesting.
7 into that
guy. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think overall, this format is not quite awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think so too. It's not unfun.
Bad.
Yeah, it's not like a bad format.
This
but
is a
it's
format
by far the weakest anniversary format to date.
Yeah, which the bar is quite high for the anniversary.
Yeah,
sets.
dude, they've been bangers. So I don't know. I was just expecting it to be a banger, and it's just not. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is a set that I would have been really sad if it like went on for too long. So I'm like kind of glad EBO3 is kind of around the corner. Even the Roger promo will
for East for
East? Us, right? EBO3 is in
EBO3 is
January,
in February, late February.
Oh,
yeah.
And then we're waiting on OP14 then EBO4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're getting EBO4 before we get 3. We get half of EBO4 before 3. We talked about this last week.
Yeah, but then I talked to other people this weekend, and then they got me even more confused, okay?
Nah.
Apparently, I'm very swayable, you know? The last person that I talked to, they say something, and I go, oh, yeah, that's right. Last week, I talked to you. Yes, EBO3 is January.
Yeah.
Talked to somebody new this last weekend. Oh, EBO3 is in February. I'm getting confused. So, okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're in this for a while.
Yeah, we're in this for a while.
And I think that's a disappointment.
Yeah.
I think Yeah,
The good news is that we don't have to play Nats in this format. That's the saving grace.
that is the saving grace,
right? We play OP14 for Nats.
We also technically get a little bit of a patch with the Roger promo because
That's
will.
late though.
It's in January, right?
Yeah.
It's close enough, you know.
Because
like
it was supposed to come out
in December.
Yeah. So it's late.
Yeah.
Like OP14 will already be out, I think, by the time we get the Roger promo.
Oh, really?
I think so. Unless they come out with a specific date, because 14 is in January.
Okay, well, that's tough because I was gonna say like at least that spruces things up a little bit, you know.
I think it's just the patch is too late.
Yeah, it should have. If it was in December, I think
Yeah.
OP12 or OP13 would have felt a lot better. I think the addition of UP into the meta would just. I mean, I get it. People are sick of UP, but it would have been nice to just see something that isn't just Emu and Ace.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like where we think the meta will go, though. So I think we already said how we think green Zoro is an endangered species. I think it's been kind of interesting because like I think a lot of the top players I see on Twitter, they've been really pushing the Ace agenda. But
Really, I've been feeling the opposite.
But at least on the EU side, I've just seen so much like Ace stuff.
I think EU likes Ace quite a bit more than NA does.
Yeah.
I think NA really likes Emu.
Yeah. Like talking about Emu, specifically, it really comes down to like the matchup into the other, or like yourself and the other big deck, right? So from my perspective, the reason why I chose Emu over Ace is because I think the Ace mirror is so degenerate.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
And it feels like once you know the lines that you're supposed to attack, the matchup is like so out of your hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that one in particular. I think Emu versus Ace is pretty interesting because I think you could kind of argue one way or the other about who's better. Because like I think obviously whoever wins dice roll is favored.
Is favored in that matchup.
But depending on who you talk to, some people will say like, well, Ace can play the odd side pretty well and like not have it feel as bad. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. Hey, at Jellybeans OP.
I just
Twitter.
like what he's saying is not wrong, but against Emu specifically, like if Ace lost dice roll against like any other normal deck, yeah, like I can play the odd curve reasonably well, right? I attach one Dawn to my leader, and then I have access to Yamato, which does that for me. I can attach Dawn to leader, play JOZU. I have 9-Beard, which is a 9 cost. I can play the 8-drop event on 9 and search, right? Like, yes, I can reasonably play on an odd curve. However, against Emu, it doesn't work like that because
they're so powerful on the second curve.
Yeah, because they have access to the what's his name, Mars,
the popper.
The popper, yeah, they have access to the popper that just removes your first body.
Yeah,
and that is really the big
tempo
deal.
swing is so
that
huge.
is the big deal, right? That's why that matchup feels like so hard against Ace. For Ace going first.
Yeah.
The only way I think I can win that matchup is if you stumble there on that particular turn.
Yeah.
Is you don't have the popper there.
Yeah.
Then I can really turn up the jets.
Yeah. And then it like flips, right? It's kind of like the first second has now flipped when that happens.
But like when the macro is already that is like, oh, okay, I have to play Yamato, go 7. They give me a +3 event and then they pop it. I'm like, I'm so behind.
Yeah.
Like I just can't win.
It's funny because like on the flip side of that, when Emu, whenever you lose dice roll into Ace, you're just like, oh man, like they're always a body ahead.
Yeah,
they're always a body ahead.
That's exactly it. It's like they're always a body ahead, and I think the only way Emu lives is if they preserve their life.
Yeah,
like if you go down to 2 life and I win dice roll,
it's cooked.
It's cooked. But if you're at 3 life and like you happen to see all your events and your Charloses, and then you play Elder on your Tendon turn, like you can get there.
Yeah,
you can definitely get there.
Okay, so the last thing I was gonna say from the Emu side is that Emu versus Ace. So like I said, some of the Ace fanatics have said like, oh, like when you lose dice roll, it's like playable. But I think from the Emu side, it's more about like if I'm going first, Ace can still stumble on their good curve.
Yes,
and if they stumble, suddenly Ace is on the back foot, right?
Yeah.
And I think. Personally speaking, I think it's easier for Ace to stumble than it is for Emu to stumble.
Agreed. I think it is much easier for Ace to stumble.
So in my perspective, if the only two decks that you ever played in this format was Emu and Ace, I think Emu comes out ahead for me.
Yeah,
and
for
then, the last part of this, those genetic charts, the two X,
the Punnett
Y,
square?
Y, Punnett square, the thing. Anyways, I was gonna get real political with it, but I'm just gonna skip over that because
do the thing.
The 5-finger point. Yeah, I'm not doing that anytime soon. But the Emu mirror, I feel like, is one where fundamentals really shine, and so I feel more comfortable like beating weaker players through just raw fundamentals in that matchup, and versus something like Ace mirror. So between those matchups, right? I'm so much more comfortable with bringing Emu to a tournament than Ace.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I think Ace is a consistent deck, right? Yeah. Because you see a lot of cards and you play a lot of searchers. However, the time for you to see the exact cards that you need is actually pretty small. So, like, let's say you win dice roll and you go second. You play one searcher. You better have your 4. You can't search anymore after that.
Yeah.
Because you're playing a 6 and then you're playing an 8. You have to have your pieces. Like, granted, you get to take life and you get to draw a card, but like sometimes it's just not enough.
Yeah,
like you just don't get there. You don't get to search that much. Whereas Emu is like filtering every turn. You get to play Shalria, the event. Also, I've never seen. It's just like playing Blackbeard. I've never seen so many Emus trigger the event out of life. Like
they don't even take life that much.
Yeah, like this happened, dude. Out of my 6 Emu games, I think 3 or 4 of the games they just like triggered out of life. More than once.
I roll.
And I'm like, damn, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's so funny. So yeah, I think overall I fear is maybe the wrong word, but like Emu gets more and more dominant
that's my prediction is I think people will start to move more towards Emu, even the Ace players at this point, because I fear for the longevity of Ace as a deck, as a leader. Whereas I don't think that's the case for Emu.
I think it's funny because when OP13 comes around, I feel like they very specifically chose to attack Emu's weaknesses. So maybe we talk a little bit about that in the primo or something. Because since we're kind of running into, I don't know, I guess it's gonna be a long poke. Yeah, we're in OT.
We're in OT now,
and the time rules are short. So, but. Emu is a deck that has weaknesses. It seems weird to say because I know how dominating it is, but it does have some clear avenues of attack. It's just like most decks, just like the way you attack Ace is like Emu like naturally just kind of gets beat by what Ace does. So like that's kind of where that triangle exists. But if we're saying like Emu gets pushed further into the forefront a little bit over Ace, like I wonder if that opens the door.
For sure. For like some of the more rogue stuff, like Purple Luffy.
Purple Luffy, Rayleigh, Lim, all this stuff. And then if I guess maybe that just brings the Ace players back to back to Ace. So
that's just what we saw in EBO2. Is it EBO2? Whatever the last format.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, PRB. PRB.
Yeah.
The best. Right, it's just
the best booster.
It's just a cyclical thing, right? It's like you see the rise of a certain deck, and then people want to naturally play decks that counter into that, and then it'll bring the guys who got pushed out by the top dog back into the ecosystem, right? It's just cyclical.
Yeah. So it's kind of on, I guess, the Ace players a little bit if they do jump ship to Emu, because if they do that, this format could really end up being like
straight Emu mirrors.
Yeah, just straight Emu mirrors all the way through, and every thing goes to time.
Yeah, I think the good news is that we're not going to have like the big event in OP13, right? Like we're not going to have North American Nats in OP13, but I think OP13 is Mexico Nats.
Yes, it is Mexico Nats.
So I think once Mexico Nats rolls around, my guess is top 64, like half of them are Emu. Yeah. Which is like a problem.
Yeah. So, if anything, though, I think OP14 is great because it does feel like those leaders are like meant to attack Emu. So, we'll see how long the empty throne takes over the game and the format. So, that being said, I have a lot to learn in OP13 still.
Yeah.
So I am still kind of in this, like, I'm still kind of excited to play
For
the
sure,
game.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how long my enthusiasm lasts.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's kind of it for today's podcast. I think we managed to talk more about One Piece today than some previous episodes. Some commenters were like, "Is this really a One Piece card game podcast? They talk about their buttholes more than they talk about One Piece." Well, that's just kind of our flavor, man.
Yeah, it's chocolate.
And starfish.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening in. As always, go support the Patreon if you can. Join our Patreon Discord, and otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys are thinking about OP13, and we'll see if we got the Glizzy Challenge ahead of us for OP14.
Yeah,
So,
looking forward to the Jinbe.
yeah, looking forward to people. Dude, we just like bring in a ton of people who are just like now madly scrambling to make the best Jinbe deck possible. They're like, we need these guys to deep throat these Glizzies.
Jonas just wins a big event on Jinbe.
Yeah. Just to get us to do it. Anyways, have a good rest of you guys' day, and see you guys next week. Bye.
Boy.